Echoes of a forgotten world. In the depths of an uncharted nebula, a solitary planet pulsed with hidden life. Nova Terra, as its inhabitants called it, was a world of stark beauty. Purple skies, emerald seas, and sprawling underground cities that hummed with advanced technology. This was humanity's refuge, their home for 3 millennia since the fall of Earth. Commander Zara Vega stood at the viewing port, her dark eyes scanning the swirling gases of the nebula that had concealed them for so long. At 35, she was one of the youngest to reach her rank in the Terran Defense Force, a military that had never seen real combat. Until now. "Commander," a voice crackled through her comm. "The Council is assembling. They're waiting for you." Zara took a deep breath, steeling herself. On my way. The council chamber was a vast cavern, its walls adorned with holographic displays showing the status of Nova Terra's systems and the void beyond. 12 figures sat around a circular table, their faces a mix of anticipation and apprehension. At the head sat High Chancellor Marcus Chen, his weathered face a roadmap of the hardships their people had endured. "Commander Vega," Chen's voice echoed in the chamber. "The time has come. Project Phoenix is ready." A hush fell over the room. Project Phoenix, the culmination of centuries of preparation, the key to humanity's return to the galactic stage. Zara stepped forward, activating a holographic display in the center of the table. A massive starship materialized, unlike anything humanity had built before. "The ISV Prometheus," Zara announced. "Our first interstellar vessel capable of faster-than-light travel in over 3,000 years. With its quantum-fold drive, we can reach Earth in a matter of weeks rather than generations." Murmurs of excitement rippled through the council. Councillor Aisha Okafor, head of xenobiology, leaned forward. "And what of the Sentinel probes? Have they detected any arbitrator presence in the Sol system?" The arbitrators, the alien coalition that had nearly wiped out humanity millennia ago. The mere mention of their name sent a chill through the room. Zara shook her head. "Nothing. As far as we can tell, they've abandoned the system entirely. Earth appears to be empty." Chancellor Chen's eyes narrowed. "Empty? After all this time? That can't be right." "We won't know for certain until we get there," Zara replied. "But whatever we find, the Prometheus is more than capable of handling it. Its quantum shields and gravitic weapons are leagues beyond what the arbitrators had when they attacked Earth. And if they've advanced as well." Councillor Dmitry Volkov, the grizzled head of military strategy, challenged. "We've been in hiding for 3,000 years. Who knows what they're capable of now?" Zara met his gaze steadily. "Then we adapt. We innovate. We do what humanity has always done best, survive against the odds." A moment of silence followed her words. Then, slowly, Chancellor Chen rose to his feet. 3,000 years ago, our ancestors fled a burning Earth, vowing to one day reclaim what was lost. We've lived in the shadows, rebuilding, preparing. Now, at last, we have the means to fulfill that vow. He looked around the table, meeting each council member's eyes. "The question before us is simple. Do we seize this moment, or do we remain hidden, safe but forever exiled?" One by one, the council members cast their votes. The decision was unanimous. Chancellor Chen turned to Zara. "Commander Vega, you are hereby authorized to lead the Phoenix mission. Your objectives are to assess the current state of Earth, gather intelligence on the arbitrators' activities in the wider galaxy, and if possible, establish a foothold in our ancestral home." Zara saluted, her heart racing with a mix of excitement and trepidation. "I won't let you down, sir. For Earth, for humanity." As the council dispersed, Zara remained, staring at the holographic image of the Prometheus. A hand on her shoulder startled her from her thoughts. It was Dr. Arara Core, the brilliant physicist responsible for much of the ship's revolutionary technology. "Quite a ship, isn't she?" Arara said, her eyes gleaming with pride. "But remember, Zara, a ship is only as good as its crew, and you're the best we've got." Zara nodded, grateful for the support. We're really doing this, aren't we? After all this time. We are, Arara confirmed. But there's something you should know. She lowered her voice, glancing around to ensure they were alone. The quantum fold drive, it's not just for faster-than-light travel. Theoretically, it could be weaponized. A fold bomb could tear apart the fabric of space-time itself. Zara's eyes widened. Why are you telling me this? Because knowledge is power, Arara replied grimly. And where we're going, you'll need every advantage you can get. The arbitrators destroyed our world once. We can't let that happen again. As Zara left the council chamber, her mind raced with the implications of what lay ahead. They were about to announce their presence to a galaxy that had long thought them extinct. They were going to face an enemy that had nearly wiped them out before. But they were also going home. In the coming days, Novaterra buzzed with activity. The Prometheus was loaded with supplies, its systems checked and rechecked. Crew members said goodbye to their families, not knowing if they'd ever see them again. Finally, the day of launch arrived. Zara stood on the bridge of the Prometheus, her hand hovering over the quantum fold drive activation switch. The voices of her crew, the hum of the ship's systems, even her own heartbeat seemed to fade away as she focused on this moment. With a deep breath, she engaged the drive. There was a moment of disorientation as space-time twisted around them. Then, suddenly, the familiar purple nebula was gone, replaced by the vast, star-studded expanse of open space. Navigation, Zara called out. What's our position? Her navigator, a young prodigy named Kai, worked his console feverishly. When he looked up, his face was pale with awe. Commander, he said, his voice barely above a whisper. We're in the Oort cloud. We're in a sol system. A cheer went up from the crew. Zara allowed herself a small smile before refocusing on the task at hand. All right, people, she said, her voice cutting through the celebration. This is just the beginning. Set course for Earth. Let's go see what's become of our home. As the Prometheus glided deeper into the solar system, none of its crew could have imagined the challenges that awaited them. The secrets of Earth's fate, the true nature of the arbitrators, and the destiny of humanity itself were all waiting to be uncovered. The Phoenix had risen, and the galaxy would never be the same. Whispers in the void. The Prometheus sliced through the inky blackness of space, its quantum engines humming with barely contained power. As they approached Mars, Commander Zara Vega felt a knot forming in her stomach. The red planet loomed before them, but something was off. Kai, what are we looking at? Zara asked, her eyes fixed on the main view screen. The young navigator's fingers danced across his console. It's not right, Commander. The topography is all wrong. Those aren't the Mars we know from our historical records. Dr. Arara Core, who had insisted on joining the mission, leaned forward, her brow furrowed. Magnify that region, she pointed to a peculiar formation near the planet's equator. As the image zoomed in, a collective gasp echoed through the bridge. What they had initially mistaken for natural formations were clearly artificial structures, vast, crystalline cities that shimmered with an otherworldly light. That's impossible, Zara breathed. Mars was never terraformed. Who could have done this? Before anyone could respond, a shrill alarm cut through the air. Commander, the tactical officer, Lieutenant Raza, shouted. We're being scanned by an unknown energy signature. It's like nothing in our database. Zara's training kicked in. Shields up. Prepare for possible hostile. Her words were cut short as a blinding light engulfed the bridge. When it faded, Zara found herself elsewhere. She stood in what appeared to be a vast organic chamber. The walls pulsed with bioluminescent light, and in the center floated a being unlike anything humanity had ever encountered. It was vaguely humanoid, but its body seemed to be composed of pure energy, swirling with colors Zara couldn't even name. Welcome, children of Earth. The being's voice resonated in Zara's mind rather than her ears. We have awaited your return for a very long time. Zara struggled to find her voice. Who? What are you? The being's form rippled as if amused. We are the Guardians. We were entrusted with the stewardship of your solar system when the Great Exodus occurred. Exodus. Zara's mind reeled. No, Earth was attacked, destroyed by the arbitrators. The Guardian's light dimmed slightly. Is that the story you were told? How fascinating, and how tragic. The truth, Commander Vega, is far more complex. With a gesture, the chamber around them transformed into a three-dimensional historical record. Zara watched in awe as scenes from Earth's past played out before her. 3,000 years ago, the Guardian explained, humanity stood on the brink of a great leap forward. You had unlocked the secrets of quantum manipulation, prepared to take your place among the galactic community. But there were those who feared your potential. The images shifted, showing a coalition of alien races in heated debate. The arbitrators, as you call them, were not a single entity, but an alliance of elder races tasked with maintaining galactic stability. They saw in humanity a threat, a species advancing too quickly, unpredictable and potentially dangerous. So they attacked us? Zara asked, her fists clenched. No, the Guardian corrected. They came to negotiate, to offer humanity a choice. Join the galactic community slowly, under their guidance, or face isolation. But something went wrong. The scene changed again, showing a tense confrontation between human leaders and alien diplomats. Suddenly, a massive explosion rocked the meeting place. An extremist faction, fearful of alien influence, attempted to assassinate the arbitrator delegation. In the chaos that followed, both sides believed they were under attack. The conflict escalated rapidly. Zara watched in horror as battles raged across the Earth. But then something unexpected happened. As defeat seemed imminent, the images showed vast ships rising from hidden bases on Earth, carrying millions of humans to the stars. Your leaders knew the war was unwinnable, the Guardian explained. So they enacted a desperate plan. The majority of humanity would flee, hiding in the far reaches of the galaxy. A select few would remain behind, working in secret with sympathetic factions among the arbitrators. Remain behind, Zara interrupted, but Earth was destroyed. The Guardian's form pulsed. No, Commander. Earth was hidden, cloaked by technology beyond anything you can imagine. The surface was terraformed to appear lifeless, while below, humanity and their allies worked to undo the damage of the war and prepare for your eventual return. Zara's mind struggled to process this information. Everything they had believed for 3,000 years was a lie, or at least not the whole truth. Why are you telling me this? She finally managed to ask. Because the time has come for the next phase of the plan, the Guardian replied. Humanity has developed in isolation, free from outside influence. You've achieved greatness on your own terms. Now you must take your place in the galactic community and confront the consequences of the past. The chamber returned to its original state, and Zara found herself face to face with the enigmatic being once more. What happens now? She asked, her voice barely above a whisper. That, Commander Vega, is up to you. Earth awaits, changed but not destroyed. The arbitrators have fractured, some regretting their actions, others doubling down on their fear of humanity. And out there, the Guardian gestured to the stars beyond. A galaxy teeters on the brink of a conflict that has been brewing for millennia. The Guardian's form began to fade. You came seeking revenge for a wrong that was not as simple as you believed. The question now is, what will you do with the truth? In a flash of light, Zara found herself back on the Prometheus's bridge. Her crew stared at her in confusion, only seconds having passed from their perspective. Commander? Kai asked hesitantly. Are you all right? You went rigid for a moment there. Zara took a deep breath, her mind racing with the implications of what she had learned. Their mission had just become far more complicated than anyone could have imagined. Set a course for Earth, she ordered, her voice steady despite the turmoil within. And get me a secure line to Nova Terra. We need to brief the Council immediately. As the Prometheus resumed its journey, Zara gazed out at the star-filled void. They had come seeking their lost home and answers about their past. They had found so much more, and a decision that would shape the future of not just humanity, but the entire galaxy. The real challenge was just beginning. The veil lifts. As the Prometheus approached Earth, an eerie silence fell over the bridge. The blue marble that had haunted humanity's collective memory for millennia slowly filled their viewscreen, but it was not the Earth they expected. "My God," Dr. Arara Core whispered, her eyes wide with wonder and confusion. The planet before them was a vibrant tapestry of emerald forests, azure oceans, and glittering metropolises that defied description. Massive structures orbited the planet, not satellites or space stations, but colossal rings that seemed to shimmer in and out of reality. "Kai, are you seeing this?" Zara asked, her voice barely above a whisper. The young navigator nodded, his fingers flying over his console. "Commander, I'm detecting energy signatures unlike anything in our database. And there's something else." He paused, double-checking his readings. "There's a message being broadcast on all frequencies. It's in ancient Earth English." "Let's hear it," Zara ordered, steeling herself for whatever came next. A deep, resonant voice filled the bridge. "To the children of the Exodus, welcome home. Earth awaits your return. You who have carried the torch of humanity through the dark, enter and witness the fruits of your ancestors' labors. The Concordiat stands ready to receive you." Zara exchanged glances with her senior staff. The Concordiat? It wasn't a term any of them recognized. Before they could discuss further, a brilliant beam of light shot out from the nearest orbital ring, engulfing the Prometheus. Alarms blared as the ship's systems went haywire. "Report," Zara shouted over the chaos. Lieutenant Rose's voice was tense but controlled. "Unknown energy field, Commander. It's not damaging the ship, but it's disrupting our systems. We're being guided." True enough, the Prometheus was being gently but firmly pulled towards one of the orbital rings. As they drew closer, they could see that it wasn't a solid structure, but a swirling vortex of energy contained within a massive framework. "Brace for impact," Zara ordered, though she had a feeling that whatever awaited them wasn't going to be a collision. The ship passed through the swirling energy field. For a moment, reality itself seemed to twist and bend around them. When it stabilized, they found themselves in a vast docking bay unlike anything they had ever seen. The walls seemed to be alive, pulsing with bioluminescent patterns. Sleek vessels of obvious alien design shared space with ships that looked almost human in origin, but far more advanced than even the Prometheus. As the ship settled into a berth, Zara made a decision. "Arara, Kai, Raza, you're with me. Let's see what kind of homecoming Earth has in store for us." The boarding ramp lowered, and the small team stepped out into their ancestral home for the first time in 3,000 years. The air was sweet and pure, filled with scents they had only read about in ancient records: grass, flowers, the indescribable essence of a living world. A delegation approached them, led by a tall, elegant being that appeared almost human, save for the iridescent sheen of their skin and the subtle glow emanating from their eyes. "Welcome, travelers," the being said, that a voice melodious and androgynous. "I am Zephyr, overseer of transition for the Earth Concordiat. We have much to discuss." Zara stepped forward, fighting to keep her voice steady. "I am Commander Zara Vega of the Terran Defense Force. We come seeking answers about our past and the fate of our homeworld." Zephyr smiled, a gesture both familiar and alien. "And answers you shall have, Commander. But first, let us show you what Earth has become in your absence. Prepare yourselves. The universe is far stranger and more wondrous than you have imagined." What followed was a whirlwind tour that left Zara and her team reeling. They witnessed impossibilities made real. Vast underwater cities where humans had been genetically modified to breathe water, living in harmony with uplifted dolphin and octopus species. Floating platforms high in the atmosphere, home to communities that had embraced symbiosis with alien life forms, their bodies a seamless blend of flesh and exotic matter. a network of instantaneous transportation hubs that linked every corner of the globe and extended to colonies throughout the solar system. But it was in a quiet garden, overlooking a city that seamlessly blended nature and technology, that Zephyr finally began to explain. When your ancestors fled, they said, those who remained behind faced a monumental task. Earth was wounded, its biosphere on the brink of collapse. The sympathetic factions among the arbitrators provided us with technology and knowledge beyond our wildest dreams, but it came at a price. Zephyr's eyes grew distant. We had to change, to evolve beyond what humanity had been. Some went further than others, embracing radical transformations. Others sought to maintain a connection to our original form. The Concordiat was born from the need to balance these diverse paths of human evolution. But why hide? Arara asked. Why let us believe Earth was destroyed? Protection, Zephyr replied, both for you and for us. The galaxy is a dangerous place, filled with factions that would exploit or destroy a fledgling species. By letting the galaxy believe humanity was gone, we gave both branches of our species time to grow, to become strong enough to face what lies ahead. Zora's mind raced with the implications. And now? Why reveal yourselves to us now? Zephyr's expression grew grave. Because the time of hiding is over. The arbitrator's power is waning, and ancient threats are stirring in the dark between the stars. Humanity, both your branch and ours, must stand united to face what comes next. As if on cue, the sky above them shimmered, and a massive holographic display appeared. It showed a map of the galaxy, with pulsing red points scattered throughout. These, Zephyr explained, are the locations of other human colonies. Some, like yours, descended from the original Exodus. Others are offshoots of Earth's own expansion. All of them are about to face a trial by fire. The map zoomed in on a sector of space far from Earth. A massive fleet of ships, unlike anything Zara had ever seen, was assembling. The harvesters, Zephyr said, their voice filled with dread. A species so ancient and alien that communication is impossible. They see younger races as nothing more than resources to be consumed. They have awoken from eons of hibernation, and they are hungry. Zara felt a chill run down her spine. What can we do? Zephyr turned to her, their eyes glowing with an inner fire. That, Commander Vega, is why you are here. Earth has advanced in ways you cannot imagine, but we have also grown complacent in our hidden paradise. Your people, forged in the crucible of exile, possess a strength and adaptability we sorely need. They gestured to the grand vista before them. All of this, the technology, the knowledge, the wonders we have created, it is your inheritance, but it comes with a duty. Will you join us, Commander? Will you help us unite humanity and stand against the darkness that threatens to engulf us all? Zara looked at her team, seeing the same mix of awe, determination, and fear that she felt reflected in their eyes. They had come seeking their past, only to be confronted with the weight of the future. With a deep breath, Zara made her decision, one that would alter the course of human destiny forever. We're in, she said. Tell us what we need to do. Zephyr nodded sullenly. Then let us begin. The fate of not just humanity, but all sentient life in the galaxy, hangs in the balance. The war for existence itself is about to begin. As Zara and her team followed Zephyr deeper into the heart of this new Earth, they knew that the greatest challenge in human history lay ahead. But for the first time in 3,000 years, humanity was whole again, and ready to face whatever the universe had in store, echoes of eternity. The Prometheus hung in low Earth orbit, its hull now adorned with iridescent patterns that pulsed with energy, a gift from the Earth Concordiat. Commander Zara Vega stood on the newly installed quantum observation deck, surrounded by a 360-degree view of space that seemed to bend reality itself. Magnificent, isn't it? Dr. Arara Core's voice startled Zara from her reverie. The physicist's eyes gleamed with an unnatural light, another gift from their time on Earth. Arara had undergone a partial symbiosis with a form of crystalline intelligence, enhancing her already formidable intellect. Zara nodded, still uneasy with how quickly her crew had embraced the changes offered by the Concordiat. It's certainly something. A shimmering portal opened in the center of the deck, and Zephyr stepped through, their form now more energy than matter. Are you prepared, Commander? The convergence awaits. Zara took a deep breath. As ready as we'll ever be. In a flash of light, they were transported to a vast chamber unlike anything Zara had ever seen. The walls, floor, and ceiling were indistinguishable, an endless expanse of swirling cosmic patterns. Gathered in a circle were beings of every conceivable form, humans in their original state, cybernetically enhanced individuals, energy beings, and creatures that defied description. Welcome to the Nexus of Streams, Zephyr announced. Here, representatives from every branch of humanity's evolution have gathered to face our greatest challenge. A figure that appeared to be composed entirely of flowing data stepped forward. The Harvester's approach. Our latest projections show they will reach the outer colonies within a standard solar year. Murmurs rippled through the assembly. Zara fought to keep her composure as the implications sank in. Millions of lives, billions, perhaps, hung in the balance. "We've faced extinction before," Zara said, her voice carrying across the chamber. "We survived. We evolved. We'll do it again." A being of pure light pulsed in agreement. "The exile's fire burns bright within you, Commander. But the Harvesters are unlike any foe we have faced. They do not conquer. They do not negotiate. They simply consume." Holographic displays sprang to life around the chamber, showing the devastation wrought by the Harvesters in ancient times. Entire worlds stripped bare, stars snuffed out, the very fabric of space-time warped by their passing. "There must be a way to stop them," Arara interjected, her enhanced mind racing with possibilities. "What if we could disrupt their hive mind, or create some kind of quantum barrier?" The data form being rippled with interest. "Your insights are intriguing, Dr. Core, perhaps with the combined knowledge of all our streams." What followed was unlike any war council in human history. Minds merged and separated, ideas flowing like water between consciousness. Zara watched in awe as plans were formulated and discarded at speeds her unaugmented brain could barely comprehend. Suddenly, a piercing shriek cut through the chamber. A being Zara hadn't noticed before, a small, hunched figure wrapped in tattered robes, began to convulse. "The Oracle," Zephyr whispered, their voice tinged with reverence and fear. The Oracle's form shifted, revealing glimpses of past and future in rapid succession. When it spoke, its voice echoed with the weight of eons. "The key lies in the void between streams. The lost children, the forgotten path. Eternity's echo guards the way." Confusion rippled through the assembly, but Zara felt a chill of recognition. "The void between streams," she murmured. "It's talking about us, about Novaterra." All eyes turned to her as she continued, the pieces falling into place. "We weren't just exiled. We were hidden, placed outside the normal flow of time and space." Zephyr's form pulsed with excitement. Of course, the Exodus ships weren't just advanced vessels. They were temporal escape pods. "Your people have been experiencing time differently from the rest of the galaxy." "But how does that help us against the Harvesters?" Arara asked. The data form being shimmered thoughtfully. "If we could replicate that technology, create a temporal barrier. We could trap the Harvesters in a moment of frozen time," Zara finished, the implications staggering. The chamber erupted in a flurry of activity as the assembled minds began to work on this new possibility. But Zara's attention was drawn back to the Oracle, which had gone eerily still. "There's more, isn't there?" she asked, approaching the enigmatic being. The Oracle's form rippled, and Zara caught glimpses of impossible vistas, the birth and death of universes, realities folding in on themselves. "The path is fraught," the Oracle whispered, its voice now only for Zara. "To save this stream, Another must be sacrificed. The price of existence is existence itself. Before Zara could ask for clarification, alarms blared throughout the chamber. The holographic displays shifted, showing a massive distortion in space at the edge of the solar system. Impossible, Zephyr breathed. They can't be here already. But as the distortion resolved itself, Zara realized it wasn't the harvesters. The ship that emerged was achingly familiar, another Prometheus. That's us, Arara said, her enhanced senses confirming what seemed impossible. The other Prometheus hailed them, and a face Zara knew all too well appeared on the screen. It was her own, but older, scarred, eyes haunted by horrors unimaginable. "This is Commander Zara Vega of the Terran Defense Force," the other Zara said, her voice heavy with the weight of years. "We don't have much time. The plan you're forming, it won't work. We've tried it. We've tried everything." Zara stepped forward, her mind reeling. "How? Why are you here?" Her older self managed a grim smile. "Let's just say time isn't as linear as we once believed. We're here to give you the only weapon that can stop the harvesters. But I warn you, the cost is higher than you can imagine." As a shimmering portal opened between the two ships, Zara felt the universe holding its breath. Whatever came through that portal would change everything. The war for existence was taking a turn none of them could have predicted. The fate of not just humanity, but all of reality, now rested on the shoulders of two versions of the same woman, one tempered by unimaginable loss, the other standing on the precipice of a choice that would echo through eternity. The convergence watched in stunned silence as the future and present collided, and the true battle against extinction began.